Hello. How's it going, people? YouTube. Welcome. I've made a pointer for this. It's like a Harry Potter wand. It's my wee pointer. So anyway, welcome back to the channel. So as you can probably tell, we have been building a Lego I've been building Lego for quite a bit now, but it's kind of ramped up a little bit in the last month or so. So as you can probably see by the funnels behind me or to the side of me, this is a Titanic which we have finished. We finished it actually, would be last week. What day is this? Tuesday, so it'd be, I think it was Thursday last week we finished it. And we did like 4 bags at the end, which was at the end I think it was 2.5 hours it took us in that last stream, but a lot of that was talking and whatever. But we did do 4 bags, so the time it took us to do it, now bear in mind that, in fact what I'll do is, you only see my face. So there's the ship, there she is, in all her glory. You can just see my mic there, maybe push that back a smidge. So there you go, you can see her. She is big. So this is on my table. I've kind of got it possibly at the best angle that I can get. So there she is in all her glory. There's the bow all the way down to the stern at the back. And here's a little name plaque we've got as well, Titanic. So let me just get that in shot. So there we go. It took us 33 hours and 45 minutes, but that's stream time, so you could possibly take off maybe even a good 3 hours of just set up, ending the stream, talking absolute codswallop, and various other parts. So I think the time they had to build this was between 25 and 28 hours, so I think we were probably 28 hours, 29 hours maybe, give or take a few, to build this. 9,090 pieces. I forget the set number, but it's basically the Lego Titanic. But as I say, that was total stream time. So let's talk about the probably the most important part, which is basically the price. So Lego is not cheap. Let's maybe get a little bit angled here. I've got my little notes. I'm going to put my notes professionally down here, just so I don't want to miss anything. Right, let's talk about price, because I think it is quite an important part of the of why you're going to buy this. It is expensive, so it's £590. We have split it with my partner and myself. Partner is situated just down here. You can't see it. Oh, there it is. There's the hand. The hand of doom. Partner. The hand of death. So we split it between us, and I'll be honest with you. When I saw this initially, it didn't jump up and say, "Oh, buy me." Probably because of the price. It's expensive. Also the size. But it's grown on me over time, and when I met Anya, it kind of became a doable sort of scenario, basically. Kind of splitting the cost, which is good. Also, it kind of fits my bill of historical ships, aircraft, whatever. So I've got obviously the Saturn V just here. You can see the white tube. So that's the Saturn V. So again, that's a historical piece of equipment that went to the moon, obviously. Unless you're a flat earther, you probably don't believe in it, but we're not going into that. So Titanic fits the bill. I've got obviously Concorde and the Space Shuttle, the Moon Lander. I've got a DB5. I've got the Back to the Future time machine. So I quite like historical movie related stuff. You know, I don't like Star Wars Lego. I don't like Star Wars Lego as much, but I like this kind of stuff, kind of historical element. So yeah, price is expensive, but I think at the end of the day, and this is what I'm going to talk about, so you've got to look at what this is. It's obviously a a ship. It's a Titanic, and it's 1 to 200 scale. Now, whether that's exactly 1 to 200 scale or roughly 1 to 200 scale, I think it's probably going to be ballpark 1 to 200 scale. Let's just call it a model because that's what it is. So when you put it in that context, you start to bring in what's the other alternatives you could have, not buying the Lego kit. So what's the other options you've got? There's probably a few. The first one, and the one that I know because I used to build hobby kits, plastic hobby kits. So you can buy a hobby kit of this very ship in different scales. There's a 1 to 400 scale. There's probably a 1 to 700, which would be a lot smaller. This is a 1 to 200. You can buy, I think it's Academy make it. There might be other makers. I don't know. I haven't really looked extensively into that market. But Academy make basically on sprues. People that know hobby kits know what I'm talking about. But if you don't know what a plastic hobby kit is, it's basically injection moulded plastic into a big metal jig, and it basically puts hot liquid plastic into this void. When you open it up, you basically got sprues pressed in with rivet detail, panel lines, blah blah blah, whatever, and you basically cut it, glue it, stick it together, sand it, paint it. There's a whole skill level to it. So that model itself, I think I did a rough, it's about £300. Could be a little bit dearer, could be a little bit cheaper, but it's ballpark, it's about £300 to buy that just in the box, just with plastic parts on sprues. So you've got to cut it, paint it, glue it together. You've got to have all that skill level. Now I don't have that skill level. That is a complete no-no. If you could, theoretically, if you're a scale model builder, you would have all those paints, glues, files, saws, little snips, paint, airbrushes, the skill to put that from a box to a finished model. But you're going to have, over time, you've actually put money into that to get to that level. So in a way, there's an extra cost to making that kit. So you're still talking, you're probably going to be bringing this up to about this price if you've got the skill level to do that from a hobby kit. If you don't, you're going to have to go and source that. You're going to have to go and find somebody that's going to build that. What is it you call that? It's a commission build type of thing. So you would have to find somebody. You'd have to give them money for the kit, the time, the skill level, the paints they're going to use, all the stuff they've got. You'd have to put that on top of the cost of the £300 model. So you're already, I'm not going to say £1,000 ballpark, but it'd probably be quite expensive. 700-800, even cheap, to get that kit built for you. Maybe do it for 600. I don't think so. You would take quite a few, because it would take a while to do it right. And this scale, it's quite big, and there's quite a level of detail you'd have to get and achieve. The smaller scale models, you can kind of skimp on the finish, but when you get bigger, stuff it's all in the details, so you see a lot of the detail. So that's a scale model. You could go down, but again, you'd have to commission build like a wooden model replica. Then you're talking about the scale might not be as good, because it's going to be a bit, yeah. But that covers the alternatives, the price point, and what other alternatives you've got. So my initial thoughts on this were too expensive, because it's a lot of money. But when I started building this and putting it together, I had so much fun building this. From the very first brick you put together to the last piece you put on, the whole build, it's like 25 plus hours to build this. The good thing is, it's all pre-done. You're just putting bricks together, putting parts on, whatever it is. It's a Lego build, so it's just It's a case of just building it up, putting it together, which anybody can do. You don't need to be a Lego master builder, although Anya would probably struggle to build this because she's not at that level, but she probably could do it. It might take her 10 years to do it. It would take her a while. It would take a long time, but you could do it with very minimum skill level. So for that, it blows the scale model kit out the water for me. That's my opinion. I think what you get for your money, I personally think, for me, it's worth every penny. Could it be a little bit cheaper? Yeah, it probably could be, but I think I'm happy every time I look at it. It's been built up for almost a week now, well, a couple of days, and I just can't stop looking at it. It just looks amazing, and even close up the detail. These little windows, these little lattice windows, the little benches in the midships. Down at the rear here, you've got quite a few right at the stern. I don't think you get any up here. I think this was more of a sort of passion. I don't think the passengers went up in this bit as much. And you've got little vent systems here. These actually open up. This is what my pointer's good for here. So this is the vent systems that open up and circulate air. These little Sirocco vents here. The back of the funnels, there's ones here, and I think these ones are big ones at the back, these Sirocco vents, and then you get ones here as well, and these little funnels that were manual funnels that just you could turn around to get the airflow. So you got all these little details, the lifeboats, the cranes, little cranes up here, the anchor detail. There's so much. There's a little kind of mid crow's nest thing here, crow's nest up here. You can't really see the flags. The flags are just up here basically. Probably see the flags at the back, just here. But the level of detail I think is just, I just think it's just perfect for a Lego build. A proper hobbyist scale model builder would probably pick apart faults like, oh, this seat's not to scale and that's not in the right place, whatever. It's basically, as far as Titanic, it's good, and it's in Lego as well, so there's obviously slight building limitations to building this in Lego to get the scale, but yeah, I think it's amazing. So let's go on to build. The build itself was really good. Couple of minor issues. I think fitting this first funnel, I'd had it too far up for some reason. I don't know why. I was trying to fit it like a brick, like what is it they call it? Well, basically I tried to fit it here, but I should have it's back a little bit. But apart from that, I didn't really have any real major issues in the ship at all. There was a couple of it's typical Lego. You might like for instance here I didn't have this little brick down here and had a little gap, so I just took that off, put it in. A couple of little bits that I've kind of fudged up, but knew I made a mistake. There was one bit here. Where was it now? Was it here?
What are the C's?
I'm trying to think. There's a bit with the seat. It's like a double. Oh, I'm trying to think what it is. But I had one of the pins round the wrong way, so I just moved the pin. I think it was this part here. Because there's a bit at the back, the pin is here, but I think it's up here actually. No, it's this bit here. It's the other side, you can't see it, there's two seats here. So the pin was meant to be this side. No, was it? No, it was meant to be this side. And the pin in this bit was the other side. So I think I had both pins facing the same way. But all I did was I just replaced the pin part that clipped in. I just moved it down or up. I think it was down. No, it was down actually. And it clips in. So that's a little minor detail. Also, I put Easter eggs into my builds. So I don't know. I could show it for you. Can't actually see it when I think about it. I'll maybe bring it back a smidge. So, it's just everything's getting in the way. Move my knife down there. Oh, sugar. Sorry. You see me again? Yeah, I can see it there. So basically, in here, I've got pictures up on my YouTube channel. Me and Anya are in this hull piece. So this does snap off. I don't want to really faff about taking that off. Oh, I broke my pointer. But me and Anya are in here. She's sitting in her arse, and I'm up behind with my hands up in the air. So this is replicating Rose and Jack and Rose in the movie The Titanic, which probably most people that know the Titanic have probably seen that movie. It's a good movie. A lot of people say it's cheesy now, but anyway, by the by. But we're in here, so this is our Easter egg. There's pictures up. If you go to my YouTube channel and you go to the posts, you'll see I put pictures up. But we're in here, simulating Jack and Rose at the front of the ship. It looks stupid having two big minifigs because it's obviously not to scale. So we're in here. So that's that little part. That's a little Easter egg that I've got. But the build itself was good. The only thing I would say, and it's not really a criticism, it is a little bit repetitive because really from like this part of the ship to this part of the ship, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, and they're really pretty much just the same. Because if you think all these potholes, I don't know how many times I say that in my live stream, all these portholes are the same, all these cabin decks are the same, these little parts here, not the same there, different piece, but then it's the same here. So, and the deck's the same, the funnels. It was a little bit repetitive, but that's no way, making it a bad build. It was a really good build. And like any Lego build, it's nice to see your project build up, stack up, become what it is. I'm trying to think if I could move you about and get some details at the back here, because I keep saying there'd be these Sirocco vents, but they're actually really quite a prominent part of the ship. Now I've got to get this mic cable, the big knot here. I don't know what I've done. Oh, I've got it hooked up, right? Oh, that's better. Right, anyway, sorry for that. So yeah, you can see here, where did I get my whole pointer? This cable. The only thing this cable is, it gets a bit of memory in it. So these are the big Sirocco vents here at the back. These are really nicely detailed. They've got a little grill piece at the front here. All the cranes at the back. Here's all the seats at the back. And then sugar. My pointer's just, it's having a malfunction. Flag at the back. So that is an ensign. So, and I'll probably go in the next part. I'll talk about flags. So that's the ensign. So basically there's more than 10 of the crew where I think, I'm trying to think, I think they're Royal Navy, ex-Royal Navy.
They were Royal Navy Reserves.
Reserves. So if there's more than 10, they can fly the naval ensign at the back. So that's what that is. Obviously at the front you've got, if I need to put this up a little smidge, you've got the American flag because it was actually going to New York. And the British flag at the front is obviously, it was commissioned it was a British White Line Star ship. So yeah, build wise it was great. She does separate. I'll probably go over, I'm going to go over, what time are we at? 19 minutes, fine. So the next part, I'm going to go over the upgrades that I did. So I have done 4 upgrades, I think. Actually, 4. It's going to be 5. I'll leave the 5th one to the end. So going up the front of the ship here, I'm actually looking at the back here. I don't want to damage it. So here we go. And here the old pointer here. So right off the bat, this part here, so this little piece here Now it's just a little tan. What I'll do is, where's my, oh, I see my point, I'm going under the ship here, got it, I think I've got it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pry this off. So the ship came originally like this. So you can see here, the front of the mast, there's a little Technic element piece here, sitting proud of the ship. I would have liked this, they've done it at the back mast. I would have liked that buried below this deck, so that all you would have had is a little square here, and I'll show you the rear. The rear's quite tidy. Maybe limitations, maybe the height difference to the back of the ship, although they could have just made this mast a little bit longer or shorter. So this element here, I don't mind it. It's not a problem, but in the original model there's a gap here, there's a little hole I can poke down, and two Una stubs and a little grey piece that's also this Technic piece that hinges the mast. Also you can see these blue elements at the side, not a biggie, but what I did, I bought this, which is a little 3x1 tile, tan piece tile, and that just simply clips over, and right away it takes your eye away from the grey stub, the hole, and kind of covers this part up as well. So that's the first upgrade I've done. Second upgrade is in here. I might have to come forward a wee smidge. So in here, that white telescope piece, and that's what it is, it's a white telescope piece. So the original model just has this one and this one. So on the original Titanic, it had 3 of these posts just below the bridge. This is the bridge here. This is where the captain would be. And there is the ability to put this telescope piece in to make that middle pillar, the middle wicket. So I've done it, and since I've put that in, I can't look at a normal ship or the normal Titanic Lego that doesn't have this piece right here. I just think that looks so much better, and it's like cost 2p. You probably could get it free if you went to Lego and said that this was missing. You would get it free, but you'd have to wait like 10 days. I went to Brick Hill and got it pretty much within 3 or 4 days. So that's the second upgrade. The other upgrade that I did, you might not be able to see this as well. I may have to get close in. In fact, this could be quite tricky, just because the way the ship is. I might have to just put it out a little smidge. So let's see if I can get my pointer in. If I get my pointer to it, yeah, you can kind of see it. Basically this part here, in fact, you know what I can do? Take this out. So this is one of the, I call them lollipops. This is what holds the ship together. We'll probably actually look at that as we go through to the end of the build. But if I look here, if I can see my pointer, I don't know how well that's coming out. I replaced this here. This was a black one before tile. Is it tile? Brick? Plate. It's a plate. A one before tile that was dark. It was black coloured. So I just simply pulled it out, replaced it with a tan one before, and put the Sirocco vent on here. I don't know why they did that. The only thing that I can think is it was to locate this. So if you're looking at the ship, oh, where did I take the pin out to separate the ship? And it would be just here, that would be black, and you'd go, oh, it's here. I know it's there because it's behind the first funnel. So that's the third upgrade that I did. How many upgrades did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually 6. The other one is here. So I don't know if you can see this part here. So these are little, I don't know if you can actually see anywhere else in the ship that's got a part, it's got like a little protrusion that sticks out. It's like a little T-junction or a little 90-degree junction. This part here, I've got it facing in that way into the ship. this was actually facing this way. And I think it was to maybe join, I don't know whether it would join up this line here, top of this part. And it came out, but it looked odd because it sticks out. So I basically just twisted that facing inwards. So you get a nice clean line up here and here. Because when you come back here to this part of the ship, this part here faces into the ship, into the actual sort of deck. And it gives that nice transition part. So I just copied it up here because those two parts are kind of linked from here to here. So these two parts, and that just matches this part now, and I think it looks a lot better. In my opinion, it looks so much better. So that was 6 upgrades I've got. The 6th one I've not got at the moment, but that's possibly coming. What else have I done? So this one here is I just actually done this one today. So this is going to be quite hard to get. In fact, I need to get, right, so this, you can kind of see it. I would need to maybe take this boat off. Let's take this boat off. There we go. We have to, right, just watch your head here. I'm overhanging a little bit. So I think I need to remove this. So basically, so this part, this rigging line, actually it was attached to the bottom of this crane. So this crane would go on here. I actually did a video on this today. So you can see there, what I've done is, I actually took this part of the ship off. There was a little blue stud about here. Took the stud off, replaced it with this stud because it's the same as the funnels. It's got a little rope attached to a puck, goes up and round, and it attaches here. So this puck here is buried below this. So it replaced the blue puck, and then there's a little gap here where this rigging rope can come out and attach to the mast, and you get a nice tight taut line in the mast, which is, I think, so much better. That I just done that today, and it works out pretty good. Put this ship on, and the final one, I don't know if you can probably see from here. So the final one is, keep breaking my pointer, it's maybe not 100% rigged up, so I'll maybe come in here, maybe put the camera up. So you've got the American, we've got the British flag, you've got the American, you've got the naval ensign at the back. So up here, in this mast here, it should have the White Star Line flag, which was red with a white star and a 2-pronged tail at the back. I'm possibly going to be looking into getting just a little either paper or cloth or something up here, and it's going to finish off the White Star Line here, and that's the final upgrade piece that I'm going to do for my model. Nothing really here at the back, just this part of the rigging that I did, but the White Star Line I'm going to put it up here, because the flags were actually taken down at night, which I thought was quite interesting. So all the flags were taken down at night. Get my mic out of the way there. So it would fly with no flags at night. So obviously this is it during the day, with the flags out and stuff. So that's all my upgrades. Conclusion is, finally, I don't think I've missed anything. I think I've covered a lot of bases. So who would buy this build? I think if you're looking for a good 1 to 200 scale Titanic kit to build for yourself and display, I think it is absolutely a must buy. Is it expensive? Yes. You can budget for it. You know, you could save over a year, and it's surprising how much you can actually put away, just even small amounts every month. You know, all builds up. But in my theory, I think it's a good, for the scale, for the actual level of detail, for how it looks in your house. I've got it at the moment in my bedroom, on the sitting on my shelf on my windowsill actually, and it's just perfect. The way the light comes through the window, although I don't get direct sunlight, which is probably a good thing, obviously, because it's white, like it's white upper. It's a nice light that comes through, and it looks absolutely stunning. You could have it in my living room somewhere. We've actually got a couple of areas that we could put it, like up in the wall here or just above this wall here. But you'd have to build a shelf, you'd have to whatever, but it'd look absolutely stunning. And it's a real conversation piece. So I think, in my honest opinion, a lot of people will say, "Oh, it's too dear, it's too expensive," but just looking at it, what you get for your money, and it's a very. I mean, I can lift this up. It is heavy. I mean, my muscles are kind of bulging a little bit, but it's not. It's like impossible to move. And also, it does separate, which I'll kind of quickly just go through. Not that I really want to. I'm going to just release the tension of the ropes. Now that I've got this rigging good, I think it's a little bit easier to do it. So we just do that. I'll stick that all the way up there. So we take out the popsicle here. There's your wee popsicle. You can sit down there, and the front part of the ship will come apart. And then we've got the other popsicle, which is just at this vent here. And these popsicles are just the same. There's no difference. So they can go both ways. Set them up. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll just put this back in. Nope, needs to go the other way. Put that back in. Keeps it there. The other one's off, and that just separates. And there we go. So you basically got 3 chunks of ship. And here's the rear, and that's you. So transporting it, if you ever really wanted to move, you get these chunks. So here's a little bit of the engine details. So these are the engines, the pistons work. If you actually turn these, it's maybe hard to see here, but as you can probably see, you probably can't. It's hard to see whether I'm actually showing any detail here. But if you look down here, you can actually see the engines actually do physically turn the cranks of the screws. You get the rudder detail works here at the back, but that's your rear chunk. Here's your middle chunk, which is just a big square. So you've got your detail there. You've got the little swimming pool. You've got the coal bunkers simulated here. At the rear, I think you've got another swimming pool. No, maybe you don't have a swimming pool at the rear. But you've got where the engines fit into it on from the other section. All the decking there, all your detail. In fact, I should have put the puck back in this one just to keep it safe. And then finally, your front bow part of the ship. And again, if I turn it round, you've got swimming pool. Swimming pool just the other side there, and the boilers at the bottom, and that is the grand staircase. You can see the gold coloured little pieces, Lego pieces there. That simulates, that's the grand staircase. But yeah, overall very nice build. I mean, you probably could get quite artistic with having this sitting like this into a wall, and having the middle part sitting like here. You could do things like that. But that's the ship. Kind of completely, say, destroyed. It's maybe not a best way of putting it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So that you see, there's the ship. Basically sliced up, and you've got all the cross-sectional detail, which is quite nice. And this is all your locking pins here for this little popsicle part that basically just grabs them all together. And the engine details here, again the decks. But yeah, that is going to conclude the Lego Titanic. So again, as I say, overall, I'm going to just put this light off because that's the wrong one. That's better. I really don't need that light on. But yeah, just a fantastic build. I would say, in fact, while I'm actually telling you a little bit my final conclusions, I'm going to actually stick it together just to show you just how easy it is to piece together. Just a fantastic build. I absolutely enjoyed every single minute. You take this popsicle piece out. Thorough enjoying building it. Would I build it again? Probably, actually, yes. Although, as I say, I do think it is a little bit repetitive in some areas, but it's good. So let's get this bow part again. That just slots in there. There's little locating pins. Oh, try and get it. Oh, I think I'm missing. I think I maybe. Oh, do you know what it is? I need to take this popsicle piece out. I keep forgetting when I could put these in. It's not going to fit. That's why, you dum dum. You dum dum. Dum dum dum. Right, this will fit. So there you go. That's easy when you take this out. So then again, there we go. Get this piece in, and that's it. Back. You maybe just hold this up just a wee smidge. There we go. Oh, that's it. Should go in. That's it now. There we go. And then you just connect up these guy ropes. I've got it under there. This one at the back. And then you've got a little tensioner at the back where the steering wheel, the backup steering wheel would be. And there's a little tensioner here that you just tighten this part up, and that's it. Then get this little part at the front there, and that's us back to square one, back to its full state. But anyway, folks, that is 36 minutes. That's not a bad video. It's long enough, but it's kind of detailed. I've covered all the bases. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. As I say, like the video and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. I was going to say there's a link in the description for any of the upgrades, but if you need to ask anything about this build, even like detailed parts of the upgrades, I have got videos, standalone videos of the upgrades that I've done, and I've just done one with this part at the back as well. I'll upload that. And then again, we're going to have the White Star Line flag, which I will have at some point and finish that off, and that's going to do it. But anyway, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again. Toodle whips. Bye.